And when he walked in the dressing room and sat down and we introduced ourselves and I remember thinking, like, this guy's cool. Like, I don't know why, it came to my mind, the word cool. Like, he's just, the way he conducted himself, the way he carried himself. And that is the message that people get about Mika is he's calm and very cool and ultra talented, ultra cerebral, very smart person. But that was my first impression, was this guy's a cool dude. You know, there were times where I'd be watching him going, there's zero chance I could do that. So he was a step above or a cut above from the talent standpoint. And then you see his demeanor, you see his reads of the play, his understanding of the game. It was just at another level. But just watching him develop into a number one, develop into, in my mind, one of the greatest goaltenders who ever played the game, was impressive. But his natural ability, his work ethic as far as what he needed to do, this is what separates him. You didn't have to ride the bike better than anybody, but he knew what he needed to be one of the best. That was flexibility, that was durability, and that you don't play 7 years of 70-plus games in a row without having that type of dedication to your craft. A lot of times with legendary players, there's this embellishment. You know, everyone talks about Jarome Iginla, the shift, and it lasted 5 minutes. It was really 90 seconds of the greatest, Jarome. Same thing with Kipper. It's like people say, well, he stretched for 3 hours a day. Well, that, it's embellished. That's not, actually. Watching him after morning skate, I would be showered, have had some meetings, all of this other stuff, walking through, he's still stretching in the gym. So it wasn't an embellishment, that was the reality, but that's what made him so amazing, his flexibility, but it helped with his durability as well, because as you know, playing 70-plus games a year, it chips away at your body, and he was able to keep his body as a fine-tuned machine in his own way. When you're watching a game and you're watching it in the stands or you're watching it on TV, you feel like guys are dialed in and there's no moments of clarity or just calmness, where Kipper was the other way. The thing I loved about Mika was you couldn't tell the score. We'd be losing 5-1, he never wore it on his body language, on his face. And vice versa, we'd be up and he'd be the same way. But he had a great sense of humor and had the ability of, everything with him was timing. We had a rough night in Chicago, and they have that song Chelsea Dagger. It's like da 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 da. And I remember, like, it was ugly. We gave up a touchdown. I might have even made it into the net. Who knows? And I remember getting on the plane afterwards and getting to the back of the plane and just kind of looking at him and saying, like, all good? You okay? And he just leaned over and said, da 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 da, because it was ringing in our ears. They had played it so many times that night. So, he had the ability to know the moment. Don't get me wrong, he was a super intense, really prepared athlete, but he also had a level of comedic value, put it that way.